Parker Schnabel has built his career on big risks, high rewards, and one of the most relentless work ethics in the gold mining world. As one of the standout stars of Discovery's gold rush, he's often celebrated for pulling in thousands of ounces of gold and pushing both his equipment and his crew to their limits in pursuit of mining greatness. But even the best have their off days, and for Parker, one of those days turned into a record-breaking low. He'd probably rather forget heading into the new mining season. Parker was more focused and determined than ever after the chaos of the previous year, relocating his entire operation, moving equipment, and spending precious weeks just setting up. Parker was ready to hit the ground running this time. Everything was centralized and organized. The plan was clear: maximize efficiency, minimize downtime, and take advantage of historically high gold prices. At the heart of his operation was Big Red, the legendary wash plant that had served him well for years. Backed by a seasoned crew and a refined setup, Parker believed he had the perfect foundation to make this season a record breaker in a good way. But just days into production, optimism gave way to frustration. Parker made a calculated decision to begin slewing old Per from the money pit, a move he hoped would yield solid early returns while they ramped up to full production. The idea was to use what was already available to save time and hit the ground running. On paper, it made sense. But after 34 continuous hours of work, the results were in, and they were dismal. The cleanup produced just 5.6 ounces of gold, a shockingly low figure that left the entire crew stunned. At current gold prices, that amount was worth only $144,000, a fraction of what Parker usually expects from a similar time investment. The weight was so low that Parker immediately questioned whether they had just set a new personal and painful record. "Man, is that the worst cleanup we've ever done?" Parker asked, his voice betraying a mix of disbelief and disappointment. Veteran crew member Chris Doma didn't sugarcoat it. "Broke another record, you guys. Worst cleanup ever." The energy in the room fell flat for a team used to celebrating big wins. This cleanup was a heavy emotional blow. Parker, never one to pass the blame, looked his team in the eye and apologized. "Sorry to make you guys do all that for this," he said as the crew packed up the disappointing gold. The larger implications started to sink in. Parker wasn't just dealing with a bad cleanup, he was now 9,994.4 ounces short of his seasonal goal, and only just getting started. That left almost 10,000 ounces to go, a monumental target under any circumstances, but especially daunting after a failure like this. Tyson, one of Parker's trusted crew members, brought up a concern that had been lingering in everyone's mind. Was it a mistake to spend so much time setting up Big Red? Could that energy and effort have been better used elsewhere? Parker took the criticism seriously. He knew there was no room for repeated missteps. "We don't have much leeway for mistakes," he said somberly. The situation was clear. In a season where every ounce counted, this was a rough way to begin. If there's one thing fans have learned about Parker Schnabel over the years, it's that he's no stranger to adversity. From equipment breakdowns and crew conflicts to flooded claims and financial gambles, he's faced it all and usually come out stronger. This worst ever cleanup, while frustrating, was also a valuable lesson. It underscored the risks of cutting corners, the cost of rushing decisions, and the importance of always being strategic, even when time is tight. Despite the rough start, Parker has bounced back from worse, with the full season ahead of him, a strong team behind him, and an unshakable commitment to success. He knows that fortunes can turn quickly in the Klondike. But no matter how well the rest of the season goes, one thing is certain: that 5.6-ounce cleanup will remain a permanent and painful reminder that even Parker Schnabel has his low points, and yet, as always, he mines on. At 30 years old, Parker Schnabel has carved out a reputation as one of the most ambitious miners in the Klondike. Now, in Gold Rush Season 15, he's taking on one of his boldest ventures yet, mining 10,000 ounces of gold At Dominion Creek, a haul valued at a staggering $25 million, it's a high-stakes goal that reflects both Parker's relentless drive and the enormous pressure on him to deliver. But as the season kicks off, the journey is anything but smooth. The long cut. The heart of Parker's operation is a 20-acre stretch known as the Long Cut, a notoriously difficult site with a history of uneven results and punishing terrain. Right from the start, the odds seem stacked against him. None of the wash plants are operational, and after days of effort, the crew has recovered just 5.66 ounces of gold, a devastatingly low figure for an operation of this scale. Despite the grim beginning, Parker pushes forward, driven by a belief that Dominion Creek can become one of his most profitable claims. He knows the site holds potential, but unlocking it will take grit, hard decisions, and some serious luck. Hope flickers to life with Roxanne. After a string of frustrations, the crew finally catches a break. Roxanne, a crucial wash plant in the cornerstone of the long cut strategy, roars to life. The switch from red to green on the control panel is met with cautious optimism. With Roxanne online, Parker and his crew hope they can finally begin producing gold at a meaningful scale, but their hopes are short-lived. A wash plant in crisis. No sooner has Roxanne begun running than complications arise. The plant's water tray, designed to channel flow beneath the sloughs, malfunctions. The resulting water mismanagement causes damage to the plant's gold pan, forcing a shutdown in a fast-paced mining season. Every hour of lost time is a blow to productivity and to morale. Reacting quickly, the crew repositions the 30-foot tray and redigs the surrounding ditch to redirect water more effectively. It's a massive physical task, but it restores Roxanne to working condition, if only briefly. Trouble keeps coming. Just as it seems the plant might stay operational, nature and bad luck strike again. Sticks and debris clog the SLE system, requiring constant stoppages and cleanouts. Meanwhile, thick mud builds up in the suction basket, threatening to overwhelm the pump system. Then disaster hits. A loader operator accidentally strikes the on-site radio station, powering Roxanne, resulting in a tire explosion and bringing operations to a sudden halt. For Parker, every delay means one thing: falling further behind on his massive 10,000-ounce goal. Mechanics step up, but results fall short in the face of these setbacks. Mechanics Mitch Blash and Lee rise to the occasion with precision and persistence. They work tirelessly to patch up Roxanne and keep the plant alive. Their efforts finally bring the operation back online, but the day's work ends in disappointment. The total cleanup yields just 30.80 ounces of gold, worth roughly $77,000, a modest return compared to the multi-million-dollar target Parker has set. The crew is exhausted, and the question hanging in the air is unavoidable: is the long cut worth the effort? Doubts, pressure, and unrelenting terrain. As the team reflects on the rough start, doubts creep in about the wisdom of beginning the season at the long cut. The unpredictable ground, mechanical failures, and heavy resource demands are testing the limits of everyone involved. But for Parker Schnabel, this isn't just another job. It's a test of leadership, endurance, and belief in the bigger picture. With so much invested in Dominion Creek, failure isn't just a financial risk, it's a blow to everything Parker has built. The early episodes of Season 15 are a sobering look at the realities of mining, where even the best laid plans can fall apart under the weight of bad weather, broken machines, and human error.